Welcome everyone. Again, my name is Nisa, Coach Nisa. I am your clarity coach. And I am excited to come to you with this topic that's very dear to my heart. Before I get started though, let me remind you of my definition of clarity. For those of you who don't know, when I say clarity, this is what I mean. Clarity is knowing who you are, whose you are, what you carry, and how to release all of that into the earth. Again, clarity is knowing who you are, whose you are, what you carry, and how to release all of that into the earth. So today we're going to talk about clarity, of course, as we always do, but I'm going to lean in on a particular area of clarity, again, that's very dear to me because it's something that I am actually experiencing right now. Retirement. Retirement. So those of you who are on here, put a heart in my chat if this resonates with you. Clarity around retirement. So this is what I want to share. So I've been retired now from corporate for about 4 years, and the transition that I went through was very eye-opening for me. And as I encounter, particularly women around my age or in my group and in my age range, I hear the same concern. So I thought I'd come here and just share some of that. And so what I'm going to share with you tonight are I call the 4 R's of retirement. You guys ready? You ready? Okay. So here they are. Relax, reflect, recover, and reimagine. So we're going to dive through each of those briefly tonight. And hopefully it'll bring some resolution. It will bring some clarity to you on your journey. All right? So let's go ahead and get started. So when I say retirement, again, you may not be there yet, but you may be approaching that. And there may be some anxiety that you're experiencing, again, particularly my women. So what I want to share with you is I know that as women, we often wrap our identity in what we do. We were wired that way. We are wired to carry. We're wired to build. We're wired to serve others. So, but what happens when that assignment changes and we're left asking, okay, what do I do now? So my first advice is going to be something that may be controversial. It may not make sense to you, right? But when you ask yourself, my ladies, what do I do now? I'm going to say nothing. Yeah, nothing. Okay, Lisa, what are you talking about? Don't do nothing. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I was in a group. You guys know, I love community. So I was in a group with a community of ladies, and one lady, she was sharing that she was about to retire. Now this lady, this woman, she is like probably like a lot of us, very high strung, very involved, very had her hands on a whole lot, doing a whole lot. And so now approaching retirement, what she said was, I don't know how to do nothing. What does that even look like? And what is the purpose of doing nothing? What would that even bring? Because the idea of doing nothing it brings attention. Let's just be frank. That it doesn't make sense to us. It's a tense feeling, and that's because we've been doing for so long that the idea of doing nothing is foreign. And listen to this. It may even seem wrong. Yeah. It may seem wrong. What do you mean do nothing, Nisa? Because here's the one thing I know. Culture praises productivity, right? But God sometimes invites presence. Nothing doesn't mean you have no value. Listen, that's not what it means. It may mean you're being called to rest from striving. I heard this quote: sometimes your greatest assignment is learning to receive peace. Oh, that's foreign territory for us. I know, ladies. If I have any gentlemen on here, I know that makes no sense to you. But I'm talking to my ladies right now. Oh my gosh. That's foreign. And again, like I said, it may seem wrong, but doing nothing at the beginning is something that we all need to do. It's something that I had to do. I'm telling you from experience. It's something that I had to do. When I retired, God gave me a time frame to do nothing. Now that time frame may be different for everybody, but for me, He said 3 months. I don't want you to touch anything. I don't want you to write anything. I don't want you to think about anything. I don't want you to plan anything. I don't want you to solve anything. Do nothing. And what I learned in that space was time for me to really reconnect with me. I call it excavating the asset. I had to relax and get back in touch with Nisa. So the first R is relax. I know, we probably don't know how to do that at all. We haven't been given permission to do it, or we haven't given ourselves permission to do it. But here's how to do that. When I say relax, I'm saying relax your mind, relax your expectations. Here's a big one. Relax your inner pressure. Because this is one thing I know, being a classic overachiever. It's not necessarily what's external that's driving us or causing the angst or causing the push. A lot of it is what's inside, the pressure inside of us. And it's why I say I had to give myself permission. You have to give yourself permission. You have to take the inner pressure off of yourself and say, for this space of time is not wasted. It's warranted. It's not needless. It's necessary. This space of time, I need you to relax. So I need you to stop. I need you to breathe. Get yourself some breathing exercises. We can do one right now. Stop. Inhale. And the big one is exhale. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission. Do this for me. I want to do a quick reflection exercise in the chat because I want to see where you are. How easy or how hard is it for you to just relax? Drop in the chat. Is it hard or is it easy? Just think about it for a minute. Because the first thing you do when you're approaching retirement or when you actually push that retirement button is nothing. And by nothing, I mean relax. So how easy is that for you? Or how hard is that for you? Some people say it's real hard. I don't know how to do that. No. It's something that has to be intentional for sure. Yeah. So that's your first thing. The second part of it is, the second R is reflect. Reflect, and I'm going to add this part to it, receive validation. By that, I need you to look back and honor what you've done. Most of us retire around 60. I did a little early retirement, but those years prior to that, you have done a lot. And One thing I know about women, we go and we do and we keep going and we keep moving and we don't really stop to actually reflect on that or validate that or even recognize because hey, we just gotta do it. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. There's no time for that, right? But here's what I need you to do. I need you to look back and honor what you've done. Okay? Let me give you having trouble thinking about it? Okay. You've raised children. You've built careers. What else have you served in churches, in your community? The Girl Scouts, the homeless shelters. You've supported friends. You've held your family down. You've done that. I need you to stop. I need you to celebrate that. And I need you to validate that you have accomplished so much. And here's one thing I want to say to you. If you never do another thing, well done. You've done enough. Ah, absolutely. If you don't do one other thing, you've done enough. How can I talk about this so passionately? Because this is where I was just 4 years ago. I remember writing I wrote 3 books. I called them the Trifecta Collection. I call them the Trifecta because I wrote them all within 9 months of each other. I call them my babies. And as I was writing, I wrote those right after retirement. And what God said to me after I finished, He said, "You don't have to do another thing." Well done. Well done. Of course, I'm going to do more because that's, He put more in me. But I had to stop and acknowledge that. I had to receive that validation. And the only way I could receive it is that I first stopped and intentionally reflected on what I've done. I need you to stop and intentionally reflect on everything you have accomplished because you have done amazing work. Validation is healing. It's healing. Some of us are feeling hurt or lost, or we feel like when we retire, we're going to be worthless because we haven't validated ourselves. Your assignment may be different when you retire, but the legacy remains. There's more. There's more. So tonight I want you to do this because I need you to be intentional about it. I need you to be intentional about it. Take about 15 minutes before you go to bed tonight, okay? I need you to do it. And I need you to list 5 things you've accomplished that you're proud of. Some of you may be surprised that you haven't really stopped to do that. You may be surprised what you recollect. And when you write it down, and some of you may say, "Oh wow, I've been doing," and I want you to congratulate yourself. I want you to validate yourself. I want you to celebrate yourself. Okay? You have done a lot. So we talked about stopping to relax and then reflecting. Now we're gonna. There will come a point. There will come a time. Okay, that you're going to move past that resting stage, right? And you're going to move to a stage I call reimagining. Now, how long will that be? That depends. It really depends on you and what God tells you. For me, I took about 3 months, and sometimes I go back and do some sabbaticals. That's another thing too. But there will be a time that you have done the rest, you've done the relaxation, you've done the validation. Now it's time to reimagine. Reimagining means it's not over. It's just different. It's just different. So I told you when I retired, when I took that 3 months, 3 months to kind of just reconnect. This is what I found out. I found out I really didn't know who Nisa was. I know who Nisa did, what Nisa did. I knew before I retired, I went through several transitions. I was a microbiologist. I was a researcher. I was an educator, a grant writer. That's the last post before I retired. I did all those things. I knew that about me, but when I sat back and reflected, relaxed and reflected and said, okay, well, I didn't really know what I like to do. Serious, being very transparent. What do I really like to do? You know why? Because I hadn't given myself permission to really think about that. You know why? Because I was busy doing what I needed to do. Ain't no like. What did I do? What did I need to do? Who can resonate? I know this resonates with my women. I know this resonates with my women. I didn't make plans on Friday night because I had to be at cheerleader practice. I had to be at basketball games. Those were my ready-made plans, right? What do you want to do? No, the question was never what do you want to do, but the question was what do I have to do? So now I'm getting to this place when I transition, I retired, those things have been cleared from my plate. I'm like, oh, what I'm gonna do? What do you like to do? So I had to seriously sit down and ask myself those questions. I call it excavating the asset. Spending time becoming self-aware. It's one of the things I teach in my one-on-one clarity coaching and my groups. Sitting down, becoming aware of who you are, giving yourself permission to ask those questions and to receive those answers. Okay? So, reimagining. So before I could discover who I was, I had to recover from who I'd been. Did you guys see what I said? Before I could discover who I was, I had to recover from all of who and what I'd been. That's my third R, recover. So what does that look like? Recovering. What you're doing in recovering, you are replenishing from all that you've poured out. That's what's going on. You're replenishing. You're recovering from, it could look like healing physically, emotionally, spiritually. It could look like restoring dreams that were deferred. That's a big one for me, ladies. That's a big one for my ladies. It's a big one. Yeah, you put you aside so that you can be who they needed you to be. Mom, wife, daughter, vice president, president. Okay? But in the midst of all that, you, the real you, the uniquely designed you, the you who was put here to be an answer to some problems, to solve, to encourage, to water, that person has been deferred. Let's just call it what it is. That person has been deferred. All right? So, recovering means restoring all of that. Recovering also means finding your rhythm without constant output. 24 hours in a day, and we think we gotta be doing something. 20 of them. Come on, keep it real. We got to be producing. We got to be solving. We got to be creating. We got to be planning, cooking, cleaning, driving, balancing. How do you find your rhythm without constant output? Because in retirement, that's going to look different. The metrics for that is different. And that's good. Don't be, you're going to have to know that without beating yourself up about it. Hi, Trinette. Hi, Trinette. So, the next part is reimagine. This is the good part. This is the good part. And we're almost done, but this is the great part. God still has plans for you. In this season, now you are reconnecting, you are reimagining, reinventing, or I would say reintroducing yourself to the real you. It's what I did when I went on my personal clarity quest. Those 3 months I talked to you about, I took myself through this. It's why I can share with you. Hi y'all, hi y'all. It's what I can share with you. So, reimagining. This season it is going to open new doors for you. After you have relaxed, after you have reflected and revalidated, after you have restored, now reimagining is going to bring new things to you. It could bring things like mentoring, writing, traveling, starting that side business you always wanted, serving in different ways with the wisdom that you have acquired. All those years, all those lessons, that's wisdom. Now you are going to now use that in a different way. For me, one thing I always say, and I wrote it in one of my books, Orchestrator, there's no wasted opportunities. What I'm seeing is my mosaic background is just that mosaic. Hi, Kathy. I've done so many things, but here's one thing that I have discovered as I went through this process. There's no wasted opportunities. I use everything that I've ever done. I just use it differently. And I use it sweatlessly. No wasted opportunities. There are things that I'm doing now that I never thought that I'd be doing. I told you I wrote my 3 books in 3 months, right? Since then, I've helped about 20 other authors push out their own book babies, birth over 50 books. That's not something that I planned, but that was something that was in me already. And in this season, this spectacular season of freedom, don't be scared of it. It's freedom. It's different though. But now you get the chance to do things that you've never done before. Those of you on the call, answer this for me in the chat. If you could do anything in this new season, no pressure, no limits, what would it be? Now, see, it's gonna take you a minute. It's gonna take you a minute sometimes. It may take you a minute because the first thing you're gonna do is start putting those limitations. Well, I ain't got that kind of money. I ain't got that kind of time. I got all this debt. No. That's not that wasn't the question. If you could do anything in this new season, remember I said no pressure, no limits. What would it be? Because you got to start right there. You got to reframe it right there. You got to see it here. You got to know that it's possible. And you have to give yourself permission to embrace this new freedom. Because listen, the retirement time, it's your time. It's your season. You've done the work. I told you if you don't do anything else, well done. But there's more. There's more. There's more in you. There's more that God wants to pour through you. And He is delighted to do so in a season where you're not encumbered by so many other things. Embrace it, y'all. Embrace it. You are not retired from purpose. You are repositioned for impacts. Y'all know I like the reframe. I'm the queen of the reframe. You are not retired from purpose. You are repositioned for impact. Now, I know I went through a lot real quick. I wanted to share that with you, but what I want to say to you, clean up your finances. Oh, yeah, clean out that travel. Oh, yeah. I see you, Carlisa and Trinette. Absolutely. All of that. What I want to share with you, like I said, I can share this part with you because this is something that I've personally walked through. I've created courses on it. I've written books on it. I do one-on-one clarity coaching. I've done that with several ladies. So you are not alone. I want you to know that. I feel you. I see you. I know what you're going through, like I said, because I walked through it and I'm still walking through it and I'm enjoying every second of it. Now, it's not always easy. Nothing is. We know that. Listen, we've lived the whole life. We know that. We ain't talking about that. But we're talking about getting the fullness out of you. Not wasting this precious part of your life. Because it is precious. It is a gift. It is your gift. It's a gift to you. And I want to help you take full advantage of it. So if you need that, if you like that, first of all, make sure you stay connected with the Clarity Quest community. If you're not plugged into that, that's a free community on Facebook. Jump in. There's resources in there all the time. In addition, I do offer, again, one-on-one clarity coaching. I offer courses. I'm going to be launching something very soon. I'm so excited about it. My own app for mature women, because I have some things to share with y'all. I want to share with you some things about it's not too late. I want to share with you what's in your hand. Use it. Use it. I want to share, yes, there is more. And I also want to unpack a little bit more about, you want me to do nothing? How do I do that? Because I know that's a tough one. I know it's a tough one for us ladies. No, I can't waste time like that. It's not wasted time because you're investing in you. You're excavating the asset. You're excavating. We need her. She's valuable. Oh, she's priceless. She's powerful. Yeah, we need her. We need her. All right. I need you to know you haven't missed your moment. You are simply transitioning into it. I hope you believe that. I hope you believe that. I believe that for you. That's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. If you know someone who is in this time of retirement, pre-retirement, share the chat, share this message with them. I'm going to it'll be on my live. It'll be posted in the Clarity Quest group for those who are there. DM me, reach out to me. I'm here. I feel you, and I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see her. I can't wait to see. I hope you're free. There's so much in you, and we're going to get it out. Thank y'all for joining me live. Thank you for joining me live. I will see you next time. You know where to reach me. Good night, y'all.